With two elections coming later this year, our next guest is hoping that our elected officials will more accurately represent the color and the culture of our population. We welcome Velma Morgan of Operation Black Vote Canada. Velma, I can't believe here in 2022 that we are still talking about this, but we are, and you are making a concerted effort to make sure that this changes.
Yes, I'm the chair of Operation Black Vote Canada, a nonpartisan, not-for-profit organization whose goal is to have more Black Canadians elected to political office at all three levels of government, but also to agencies, boards, and commissions, and at every decision-making table across Canada.
Is part of the struggle trying to convince people to put themselves on that ballot, to face the criticism? And we know here in Niagara, we have a few female representatives on our municipal councils, and they face misogyny, they face threats, they face constant abuse from the public.
Yes, that is true. And when it comes to being a Black female, it's even more. However, we find that there are people in our community who do want to run and who do want to represent our community at decision-making tables. So I think, we put things in place to say it's going to happen. The fact is, it happens in politics, but also happens in other areas of our lives as well, in other careers that we choose. So, politics is no different from any other profession that we're in.
Now, you mentioned off the top that you're nonprofit, but you're also multi-partisan, and you're not saying nonpartisan, you're saying multi-partisan, because you are encouraging people to run no matter what their beliefs are. You would like to see Black representatives from all the parties. How do you manage your communications with the parties to encourage this?
So you are correct. We are multi-partisan, and it is extremely important that we have Black Canadians in every single party, in the governing party and in the opposition's party, because we need people to be at those decision-making tables wherever they are. What's interesting is provincially and federally, we've been talking to the leaders and the parties to say, we need you to run Black Canadians in winnable ridings for your party. So it's not good enough to say we run a Black female check. Are you running a Black female in one of your top 20 ridings? That's to make sure that they win. Our goal isn't to run more candidates. Our goal is to elect more Black elected officials. So we expect them to be setting them up for success.
What do you look for in a quality Black candidate? Is it previous involvement in the community?
You know what? Most of the candidates that are putting their hat forward have some kind of involvement in our community. There was a study done that Black Canadians are more active in volunteering their time and services to different organizations. So most of the people who do run are active in their community in some way, shape, or form. They're running because there is a particular issue or issues that they think that needs to be solved. And I think our lived experiences allows us to better contribute to the solutions to a lot of things that are disenfranchising Black Canadians.
What are some of your initiatives that you run to encourage this to happen?
Right. So, we don't only do things during the election period. We do things all in the middle as well. So we have currently going a municipal boot camp called Sit at the Table for Black women who want to run. We have 14 Black women engaged. It was a 7-month program where we do different aspects of running a campaign. We have a municipal boot camp coming up in June for those people who are running municipally. But in between, we have workshops and we have seminars. We have speakers to come in. We have Black elected officials to come to talk about their lived experiences and tips on how to run, because it is sort of different running in a Black body than it is running in any other body. So we like to hear exactly the do's and don'ts of running. So we also will pair Black candidates up with current elected officials so they could be mentored. And we just provide any kind of information that you need, we'll provide it. For a lot of Black people who want to run, is that they don't even know where the door is. They don't know the entry point is, and we provide the information about the entry point.
You also run a youth program, and I would think that is key to the future.
So yes, we have the 1834 fellowship program because we found out there is a huge gap Black policymakers at this decision-making table. So it's extremely important to have Black elected officials, but it's also very important to have Black policy makers also have Black staffers, because they sort of inform policy. So we have a 9-month program for 18 to 25-year-olds who want to get into public policy. And we have monthly mixers. They're paired with a mentor. And, we found over the past 3 years that a lot of those young people have gotten jobs in public policy. And we hope that, they move up the ranks and they become senior policymakers, because that's the goal for that particular program.
How do you educate the voter that, color should not be a factor in their voting?
Right. So we know that, Black people are just as likely to get elected as other people. However, when it comes provincially and federally, as we say, it has to be in a riding that is electable for that particular party. So if you run, let's say, a liberal in a conservative stronghold for the past 50 years, chances are they may not win. Now, when it comes to municipal politics, the barrier for municipal politics is incumbency and name recognition, right? And that's across the board for everybody, not only Black Canadians, but anybody. So it's one of those things where we say, you really need to get out into your community and start doing more visible activities, because municipally, the person who has that seat is more likely to win than not.
We have the provincial election first week of June. What are you doing now to make sure that there is more Black representation on the provincial front?
Right. So we started 2 years ago on that particular initiative. We had each political party come, and we did roundtables with each political party, explaining how to get the nomination, because we know provincial and municipally, and provincially and federally, that there's a nomination process that takes a while. So about 2 years ago, we started that process where each political party came and talked about the nomination process. We've also written to all political parties and said, we need you to run Black candidates in one of our ridings. We need you to provide the same supports and resources that you do white male candidates. And we need you to really show up for them. We've received letters back from 3 out of the 4 saying, yes, we plan on doing that. And we're still a bit disappointed. The numbers are still a bit low. I think last time we checked, there was 20 Black candidates across the board. As you said, there's about 2 more months left in the election. So even if you do nominate a Black candidate right now for any political party, chances are it's not in one of their winnable ridings. We also have the Black Community Provincial Leaders Debate, our town hall, where we've invited all the leaders to come to talk about issues pertaining to the Black community, which is supposed to be on April 21st.
Velma Morgan, Operation Black Vote Canada. You can find out more at obvc.ca. We'll try and check in with Velma on election night, the first week of June, the provincial election. Thanks for your time, Velma.